The parents of a British teenager killed by the wife of an American diplomat driving the wrong way now suing the White House and the driver for lawless misconduct and attempting to cover it up. Rich Edson is live at the State Department with an update on this story. Rich?
Well, Dana, Harry Dunn's family has appealed to the highest levels of the British and the American governments. Now they're suing the Trump administration. First off, they want the accused driver to come back to the United Kingdom and face this. The reaction from the administration, from the State Department, a spokesperson telling us the State Department cannot comment on legal matters. Dunn's family says it's also suing the accused driver, Anne Sacoolas, for damages. British authorities say Sacoolas initially cooperated in their investigation into the crash that killed 19-year-old Harry Dunn while he was riding his motorcycle. Sacoolas' husband is an American diplomat. The British government says 3 days after the crash in late August, the U.S. asserted that she had diplomatic immunity. The United Kingdom requested that the Trump administration waive that immunity. The administration denied the request, then told the British that Sacoolas was returning to the United States. Dunn's family is also suing the British Foreign Office for advising local police in Britain that Sacoolas had diplomatic immunity. Earlier this month, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson says he had hoped Sacoolas would return to Britain and face justice. 2 weeks ago, Dunn's parents were in Washington at the White House. President Trump says he tried to arrange a meeting there between them and Sacoolas. Dunn's parents declined, and a spokesperson at the time called the attempted meeting an ambush of the family. Dana? And you just heard from the Dunn family spokesperson? Right. We just spoke to the Dunn family spokesperson about this lawsuit. They say on the merits of it, the Trump administration has twisted and contorted the laws of diplomatic immunity to argue that Sacoolas should be permitted not to return to the UK. Also, they're saying that no one is above the law here and that this lawsuit and the results of it, that will be Harry's legacy and his memorial. Dana? All right, Rich Edson at the State Department, thank you. Let's bring in Larna Harbour. She's Harry Dunn's stepsister, and thank you so much for being here. And I know you've been here since Monday night in the States. What kind of brother was Harry to you?
He was my stepbrother, but we're a close-knit family, and there was no step. He was just like my brother. He was a lovely chap. He always had that cheeky smile and just brightened up anyone's day. He was really a special one. How has all of this affected you? It's affected us big time. You know, it's bad enough losing a close member of the family, but now we find ourselves having to fight even harder to get justice for Harry. And, you know, it's affected not just us siblings and his parents, but also his friends and the wider family. It's just absolutely dreadful that we're having to be put through this as a family. Just over 2 weeks ago, President Trump was there, and the parents of Harry were there as well. Take a listen to what he said and then what Charlotte Charles, his mom, said too.
We met right here in this area, and I offered to bring the person in question in, and they weren't ready for it. But I did offer. I spoke with Boris. He asked me if I do that, and I did it. Unfortunately, they wanted to meet with her, and unfortunately, when we had everybody together, they decided not to meet.
If it was your 19-year-old son, or your son, no matter what age, you would be doing the same as me. And he was holding my hand at the time, and he said, yes, I would. We will meet with her, and we are still willing to see her. We would still love to meet with her, but it has to be on our terms and on UK soil. Larna, what is the outcome that you're seeking here?
So we want Anne to return back to the UK. The accident happened on UK soil, and she needs to return back to face our justice system. She needs to be questioned by the Northamptonshire Police in order for them to continue their investigation work. There isn't really an option for her not to return. There's so many unanswered questions for us as a family about what happened that night. Did she comfort Harry? He was laid on the verge for almost 50 minutes before an ambulance got to him. But who was with him? And if she wasn't comforting him, why? So for us, she needs to return back to the UK.
And she has expressed regret, but it is not enough. You want the justice.
Yeah,
well.
It's not enough. I mean, the parents met at the White House and knew that she was in the room next door. But it wasn't the right time to meet her. It needs to be on UK soil and with the right people within the room. It can't just be sprung upon them like just a family friend meeting. They didn't even know that they were meeting Trump. So then to find out that Anne was in the room next door, you know, it was
all
just
just
awful.
too much, too soon.
It was, yeah. It just felt a bit like an ambush. It was.
Well, we are sorry for your loss, and Lorna, thank you for being here, and I hope you had a nice day in the
Thank
US.
you.
Thank you.